Okay, so now we've established the fundamentals of why motion tracking makes a good deal of sense as a video editor, and also what the fundamentals of the planar tracker are. So we know that it's going to be a lot different than the regular point trackers. So if we take a look now at our first shot, what we're going to do is we're going to be tracking, well, mainly tracking this this stage here. If we look at the very beginning of the scene, we do have a little bit of camera movement to also be fighting against. But this is going to be great because in this way we can sort of build up a sort of two-tier title. So something that actually matches really, really nicely here. So let's get on and create our first shape. So we go up to our toolbar up at the top, and I'm going to be using an X-spline here. So the X-spline differs very much in relation to some of the other shape tools that you probably worked with, including the pen tool, in something maybe like Photoshop, or even in your non-linear editor. But it makes things a whole lot easier, because instead of coming in, well, I'll show you what the Bezier tool does. So the Bezier tool is made up of a point and a couple of handles here, and we can come in and start to adjust our handles individually and make some weird and wonderful shapes. But you know, it also can get a little bit kind of confusing to animate. Let's get rid of that now. And the X-spline, on the other hand, is actually made up of just one point and a single handle, and this handle here controls the curve that we've got going on here. So it really sort of controls the tension going on. So at full tension we have let's just turn these off for a moment. At full tension we have a straight corner, and at the lowest tension we have a very soft curved edge here. So these are actually perfect for creating up the quick roto splines that we need to be working with here when we are at this tracking stage. And you know, as I said before, you know, we're not tracking points, we're actually tracking textures here. So we can take this whole texture of the stage here and get a really nice quick track of this. And let's come over to our layer controls in the top left hand corner, and we'll give this a name. Naming things, obviously very important. We will call this green stage. Call this track so we know what's going on. And once we're through here, we can actually start our track. So we'll come down to the track keys underneath the timeline, and we'll just start tracking backwards. And this will start going through, and you'll notice, and this is really cool, even though our shape is starting to go outside of the frame, we are still tracking nicely. And that's because we're not tracking points, we're taking into account the entire shape, not just individual points within the shape. So everything else compensates for that, and without changing any other property, we've now got the first part of our track in here and looking good. Cool, so let's just carry on and finish that off.